I
Hand
have
in
been writing about
submission.
this thing the whole because I have been writing also my project. So I have been thinking about the best practices in the 9:30 in the morning and writing. So all right. Just keep in touch. There was something else? Not really, no?
No, I mean, I sent you random stuff, but yeah, it's just random. I mean,
Yeah, there's more
we'll
chat.
catch
Like
up.
we do a chat. We do a chat.
Yeah.
It's more chat. Um,
Yeah, but
Good.
I
Okay.
like when I was, this because you wrote like reclaiming the body, I thought it's really interesting, this novel that I really like. It's I mean, I don't know if you have time to read it. It will be. I mean, it's quite interesting. I
It's a
like it.
book.
I recommend. Yeah, yeah, it's a novel by Japanese writer Haruki Murakami, and
And is what about, so it's a book about what?
um, it's hard to say. It's like, oh, there's a Wikipedia link that I put, so that it tells you what it is. It's like two bizarre narratives. One is
Right.
cyberpunk. I don't know,
Oh,
sci-fi.
I got a book also. Yeah, okay. So tell me about the
Yeah,
but
but
did
the
you send the link?
like I just this world end thing, the end of the
Oh,
world.
is that one? Is the one that you sent me, the end of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny because I sent you a picture also. I just got a present that I bought for Eva. There's a tarot. It was a
Mm.
card, a
Yeah,
tarot
yeah.
design it. And then it came with the guidebook of the tarot. And then there was
Mm.
one card, it was saying at that moment exactly more or less when the end of the world.
I see. Yeah, but it's funny because the one I sent you is more, in a way, it's less dramatic. That the end of the world is actually
It's a place.
like, hmm? It's a
It's a
place, and
place. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's also like eternal. So there's nothing going to happen. That it's just like reduced into routines.
What I found that I thought it was very, very nice or very scary was because people could not have shadows. So the shadows were taken away from you.
Right.
So and they make me think in this idea of opacity and visibility. Um, yeah, I mean this thing stays in my head like while we were writing, and then I thought like actually based on what we propose, it's only when we renounce to our value, so our shapes and function, that we can start claiming our freedom back as humans. So it's like that's more like a statement that I start to believe is true, uh, coming from the practice itself. That only when you lose your humanity as you know it is when you can start reclaiming your body back or your freedom, the freedom that you lost
I see.
through your human experience, based on Locke idea of freedom and this idea of that the human is free, but the society corrupts it, you know, based on that assumption that you're free when you're born, but just slowly you start getting corrupted and then just and you are in the system. So based like to, towards that idea of reclaiming that freedom, that body, you need basically to lose yourself. In our case, for instance, like the pixel space worked very well, or uh, I mean um, that's a speculation. Yeah, but I like that idea. I like that idea. It sounds to me a bit radical, but it seems to me also that it makes sense.
Like what you said, or the, I mean,
No, what I'm saying, it sounds to me like it stays in my head very radical. And there's only when you lose your the function, like, I mean, starting from the shape, that is in a way like this shape through the pixel space, but then moreover the function, and then you start thinking in my masculinity, then I start going in my identity. What is my function as man? And there after that, just when I renounce to my malehood, and all my identities, can I start just then to renounce to my value? Because then I have no value for society. Therefore, I'm not commodity. Therefore, I'm free. I'm worthless for the neoliberal system. And therefore, then I could be in this atmosphere of the thing, like I could be just something that is not required for nobody, like the thing, just like there in the space, nobody requires me, nobody wants me. So just then you are free.
See, yeah, I mean, it's basically, I think that's something we're kind of starting to figure out, and yeah, we can continue talking about it. I mean, like idea wise, I think I totally agree. And I think what I'm more interested in is like how we can don't have to form a narrative around it, but how do we deliver to other people? Like it can be writing an application, or can be talking, or can be something else, but like how do we effectively sounds like some connected to efficiency, but how do we engage with other people? Because we already kind of know it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell to other people. Anyways.
Yeah. But also in the like, for instance, I was thinking to do an exercise this week. So normally what I will do when I promote the practice or something, I will do it just so it's 24 hours when it goes. And when it goes automatically off from Instagram, I will just promote one time. So for one day, let's say. But then this time I thought like maybe I will do it more time to see what happens. So then I have a goal. I will try to keep on promoting the same practice that I'm linking in my Instagram, which is actually going to your streaming, because mine was fucked. Then my goal with that is to see if I can have 50 views at the end of the week. And then I'm checking from time to time.
We should set up a web page, so that the link stays the same. And we just edit the web page like live streaming, iframe. Because we need it anyways at some point for your dissertation. Yeah. And I think it's good to do it soon, especially if you want to, try to make it more visible. I think it makes sense. It's not like pointing to a YouTube video every time, but like point to the page so that people can just visit that page where it has iframe to the latest video or the live streaming.
Yeah, it's true.
Should have a domain. No. Did we talk about this idea that, like, I mean, I hate to buy a new domain because then you have to pay forever.
Yeah, I don't know how you work. I have a domain from designing art. I have that. And do you have a space in Glitch, or how you work with that?
I mean, Glitch is something that you open a new project and it becomes a subdomain. So like whatever dot.
Yeah, I mean, but you can also like buy, like subscribe. I mean, to pay a premium account or something. No?
You can also I mean, like if you want to have a new domain and just connect it to Glitch app, is that what you mean?
But no, I thought I haven't worked too much with Glitch, so no, I was just speculating about that.
No, because like for example, like if I have this another domain that is not Glitch, but like I buy something, I don't know, bestpractices.com, and then I can link that to the Glitch project. That's also possible. But then you have to get a domain. Like, I just don't like to have a domain because then you have to pay again and again. You cannot, like, once you release it, then it's gone. And I hate that idea that link goes, link disappears. I just don't like it. So,
but then if you want to have, let's say, if you want to have a page like a domain, then they like to host side to side the live streamings or the two latest practice. Then if we put it in glitch, what will be the domain of that?
something.glitch.me.
And then after that you can name something.
Yeah, or you can slash whatever, like as you like.
Yeah, but then I have no problem. Then we can just put best practices afterwards. Or
yeah, I mean, you can have this best practices .glitch.me. That's, I mean, I actually have it already.
Yeah.
So that's possible. I think it's nice if, like, I like these days what I do is to, this one is empty, but use a subdomain and nothing like after the domain, like no slash something, because this looks cleaner and it looks like a legit URL.
And this is linked to, so if I want to edit that page, like if this is linked to your account.
Yeah, but I can invite you if you want, so we can both edit. I mean, also like I also got this domain called glitches.me, so I can open something there as well. But then we can use GitHub or whatever you like. How do you edit web pages? What's the easiest way for you?
If to really use URLs, I think always I have just my URL. I just have the designing art thing, but like, I haven't used too much. Let's say, no, I don't. I will use portfolio. I will not use. I will use. Let's say when I'm doing exercises, like it was more for the school, then I will do it through Glitch or something else, I guess.
Yeah, because you have to write like HTML and CSS and JavaScript and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Not like a web platform that you can, edit something on their interface.
No, no. That's something that I did from my website, maybe 4 years ago, like the designing our website. That I coded like maybe 4 years ago.
Do you have a Glitch account?
I should have. I think it should be linked. Let me try to. It should be linked to my GitHub. So Glitch. Hi there, Glitch. So login with GitHub. Yes. It's funny because when I open my GitHub account, for some reason I type Jorge, so without air. So it's like Jorge or something. And sometimes I get confused. I'm trying to type my password or my Jorge and it's not working and I get pissed off because I'm not using it very often. And then I'm like, okay, it's Jorge. It's Jorge. Jorge Guevara. It's Jorge Guevara. That's mine. This is mine, yeah. So I don't know. This is my chat. No, I will just send it this in case it's easier.
Yeah.
That's my page, I think. That's my.
No, but that goes to the how to say, dashboard. You need to click on your icon at the top right. It shows like at something.
At Guevara Jorge.
Okay.
So what is my name then? It's weird because then my username, it comes from GitHub. So my username is Guevara Jorge. This is funny.
Wait, what? Can you send it to me? How exactly it?
Yeah, wait, I'm just sending you a picture. This is funny.
But on the glitch, I need the glitch first so I can invite you.
That's my glitch. That's my glitch. You see, my username is Guevara Jorge, but my glitch name is that Guevara Jorge. It's very confusing.
That's weird. I think it's like the screen name, like the, you know, @ is the real like ID.
So then how should I do that? Okay, click, I'm clicking account. No, but it just opens this burger thing.
Burger menu or what?
Wait, let me figure out this.
It's okay. I sent you the invite.
Okay, this should be, yeah, it's Guevara. This is the link, yeah. This is my account, this one. Is this one, yeah, glitch.com/Guevara Jorge, yeah.
Yeah, I already sent you an invite.
Where did I see these things? Forum, account settings. Where do I see this?
You should get an email, actually, notification.
Okay, let me check. Glitch Naoto Hieda has invited you to join project. Okay, and this website is best practices. What?
Yeah,
no, what? This is the
here.
README. Okay, no, this is the.
Yeah. I'll just delete the README.
How I forgot how I can do the new file. Yes, play. This is
show.
Show. What is the show? Yeah, show the next to code. Yeah. Yes. And then okay, now I see it. Show me this. Okay, now I see the website. Is this correct? Try it here. Yeah, okay. I get it. All right. So we should put this to iframes there, right? Yeah, okay, let's use, I mean, I say like, let's use this as the website.
Yep. Then it's easy.
And yeah, and actually then thinking of my, okay, but this is something that I should do. I will create a Git repository because I need to hand in some of my code source and this kind of things from my school. So I guess I will just create a standard repository for this.
Yep.
So annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna ask, but that will be the proper way for me to do it for the school. It's like using the GitHub. You can link this to a GitHub, yeah? Yeah, of course, I can export it to a GitHub, right?
It's glitchy. Not glitchy, but this page I wouldn't really try to connect to GitHub. Like the problem is, can you export to GitHub? No, I don't think so.
No, I think it's the other way around. You can import from
you
GitHub.
Can. I think you can do both, but if you import from GitHub, it basically erases everything and just like copies from GitHub. So let's not do it unless we are sure what we do. But just keep this page as just like a web page, like not to add like contents, too much, you know, like scripts and stuff on this. It's just
okay.
Page to show it. And if we do some other web stuff, we can host it on other glitch project or Heroku or whatever you want, but like not on this one, so that the code is not here. You just have a link on this page.
Yeah.
Like YouTube
so, but
videos.
I was thinking that I will create a GitHub project anyway. Yep. And then ideally we should just like then we fork that project.
For what?
for just, I don't know. I mean, that's the way what they teach me. I don't know what even it's talking about. Like when I was working that, then just you create a GitHub and then just we work in different, yeah, you fork the project and then you do changes if you want, and then it's not affecting the
main one. Yeah.
If
it's yours, you don't have to. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But for this page, I don't think we need a Git repository.
But okay, maybe I don't need a repository, but what I will need is I can download this as a folder, right?
It's a Git project, yes.
Yeah, okay. Then I can do so it becomes a folder, right?
Yeah, it has the Git metadata in it, so you can just like upload it to YouTube, GitHub directly from there. Well, you can download it or directly, whichever you like, but just like saying that don't import GitHub
into
glitch that will fuck up everything. So
okay, good to know. All right, cool.
Good. I might edit this page a little bit to add some, archive of what we do.
But I mean, what I will suggest, read me index. What I will suggest this should be is that it just should be 2 iframes, like side to side.
Okay, that's
it.
Yeah.
Just that, and then maybe what you could use is I guess in the iframe, you set the playhead and both at the same time, or how you synchronize that in the last page?
It's possible if we know the timestamp and stuff, but
how do you synchronize that time in the previous page that you showed?
Because we have the time is, so we show the time, so I can manually, but that's manual thing. I have to do it afterwards, and we're talking about this to show the live streaming, so it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But we can add like a little script so that whenever you hit play on one video, then it will trigger another video as well.
Okay.
That I can do.
Okay. I can slave. Yeah. So if you move one of the playheads, the other one will just go there.
But that doesn't work because it's live stream. Because we don't know I mean, you can, but I don't think it's really
no. I think it's I think that this should be just simple. It's the website to put in side to side the live streams, and that's it. Yeah. And so the other thing I think I will do is to check this live stream. I'm gonna test it and try to see performative, like is it different for me, of what does it change? Like, wait, if you're streaming from OBS to just me on my channel on the same, if I'm streaming from OBS, what I can do is just reuse that link, right? If that's what you told me the last time, this is something that I'm still confused with. It is if I'm streaming, creating a new stream every time from YouTube, of course the URL will be a new URL every time, right? But if I'm streaming with the key from OBS, I can reuse the code. I can reuse the key. I can reuse the URL, right?
The whatever settings in OBS remains the same. The stream key, unless you change it, it will be always the same if you make a new streaming.
So that's say that just every time that you create a new stream, but then the stream URL changes.
Stream
right?
URL is different, but the key for the OBS is different.
Yeah, okay, better, because I was thinking like how to just put the iframe in certain way that is just one URL and then we can just reuse it, but there's no way to do it.
I think if you have I think it's not for everyone. I think you have to have like certain amount of subscribers, then you can set like a permanent link for the streaming. I think that's my understanding, but
curious. Yeah, because that was what I was thinking. What I thought to put is the iframes. I mean, to when I was thinking on the website was always I was thinking how to not we have to do manually every time to copy paste the URLs there, because it's just not effective at all.
yeah, for example, like if you sorry. These guys, the ones who do like live coding streaming, I sent you on Facebook. They have this permanent link.
But you sent me a link of a playlist.
Yeah, so I think when they're doing the streaming, I think it goes to the streaming, live streaming, but because they're offline now, so it just goes to the.
Okay, no, because it's the same. But then you have to be. Wait. Then it will just automatically appear if there is something happening there. I mean, if there is video happening.
I think so, but I don't know how, if they can actually embed like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't work that way. But anyways, I think you need certain amount of subscribers to make these links on YouTube.
No, because I think when you are when I'm subscribed to you, I don't know how many subscribers do you have?
I have like 200.
Mm.
And I think if you have,
I have
like
3. I have 3.
And one of them is me.
So, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. If you have like above like more than 100, I think you can make a link for your channel. So I have my link to my channel, but I don't have a link to my live stream. I don't know how it works. Maybe I can, I don't know, but I never tried.
Okay, but this is okay. Let's do like this. Let's start just putting just the 2 iframes together. Then just we update the URL and that's it.
Yeah, it's easy. You know, if you start the live stream, you just take that part of the ID and just put it in the iframe. It's not too difficult, like extra work, but it's just copy and paste. So for example, like
but then it has to be floating so it has to be not block, but it has to be
I do grid
blocking line, right? But
I use grid and it works quite well.
I don't know by how. I don't remember how was with grid. I don't remember by heart. Styles in the styles index. This is the project. So I just put 2 blocks here. Okay. And CSS. Embedded.
Hate it. This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, container.
CSS.
Position absolute relative. Why position relative? Width 100, height, bottom margin, and width.
Is a YouTube video actually a thing? Yeah. I don't know why I put absolute. Maybe like this.
Oh my god, this is so.
I mean, this works. Do you, if you preview it?
Show in the window. Show me. Huh? This is me. Maybe because this is. I will try it. Oh yeah, now it's working. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, and we just have to change the source URL.
This is it. And then maybe we can use, this is best practices in web page making.
Yeah.
This is the best website. No, but not being objective, like after doing this and stuff, this is just looks amazing. This website looks super clean.
Yeah.
We should apply for web design.
Yeah, I mean it is a practice because I do it all the time. Like this is really specific thing. I don't make any menus or I don't make any fancy stuff.
No.
Like putting iframe and, you know, synchronize time and stuff. That's what I do with the web. That's my best practice in web design. And do you know, like if you shrink the width of the window, it becomes like one column.
Margin. Then what?
Like when you shrink the window,
yeah,
then it becomes one column.
Yeah, because you make them float. Yeah. There's a response. Yes, I learned these things.
It's a bit fancy.
What did you put it? Yeah, I say grid auto rows min max.
Yeah, I don't understand this, but that works.
It works. Yeah. The way how I learned it was in a different way, but it's just doing the same. After it goes a certain way, it jumps.
Yeah, I think
responsiveness.
Yeah, with the float, I think it's good when you don't know how many items you have.
But this is interesting. I was thinking today when I was taking a shower that it is interesting that I slowly start having more space in my head. Because I was thinking a bit in the website of that woman yesterday, and I think like start like doing something more, let's say more code wise, could be interesting also. Because on one hand is like I think that I don't know, but I should know because I have done that for 40 years. You know, there's one thing that is like constantly I'm kind of afraid to not doing it because I don't know, but I study this thing. So this is one thing, and the other thing is positive in my limitation is because my knowledge is not the same in yours, is what actually could potential the interaction. Because if we will speaking from the same point of knowledge, it's just not interesting. So I was thinking that today, reflecting about like that would be interesting to do a bit more of this tracking qualities exercise that you have been doing. But I need more space, not because I'm so busy with many things at the same time. Then it's something that now but it's something that like today when I was taking the shower, I thought, because I was reflecting on the website of the woman yesterday of the breeding.
And that's also like the same platform as the one that I shared before with this dissertation, whatever that this guy did with like layout and things. I shared it before, right?
Yeah.
It's the same platform.
Yeah. So I think it's cool. I think it's nice to. I think it's cool. This also,
and I think also like
something that's interesting, like like then I talked to. Maybe just you do what you say because maybe mine is a bit longer.
Okay. Just saying that with the web, I think it's nice to have Joanna because she does those weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure like she really knows how to work with CSS. Like the last time I worked with CSS, that's weird because you remember like I followed this, what is that I pay for this boot camp on JavaScript the last year. I pay and I was doing that. So with JavaScript, I'm more confident because I was doing with CSS, like, and that was the fucking thing that I lose my subject in development because I did not pay attention to the fucking design. So I did not pay attention to the design because I thought, yeah, it's just JavaScript, but it's complicated. That CSS is just, you have to practice it. Then this year, that's what I my website, that's why I spent some time the design, because I thought like, okay, this time I need to make it work nicely. So the website that when I share it with you, it looks nice and stuff, because then I spend some time with the CSS. But of course, like in the iterations, I have been doing more iterations with JavaScript. So JavaScript is something that I feel more comfortable. Node and packages and the language will be more, will understand. But CSS, I start like, for instance, the way how already I was thinking to do the website. I know there is grid and flexbox because I learned it, but then I will just trying to make it just floating, like just not block, but blocking line or something. Because of because of what the website needs, because of because I don't have so many iterations using CSS, which is, learning code is just iterations in the language, iterations, like anything else. But that's to say, wait, that when I talked with Annalena, that was what I was trying to share, like the weird website that she had, and I was asking her, what the fuck is that? And then she was saying that that's a project actually that she's working on, and she has for the thing for this year, where she's trying to exercise something with the website, where she's inviting people trying to come together there. What is interesting is like they're working so far, for instance, like they're not working with a developer. So then she uses a template from Beats or one of the templates. And then when she was saying that, I thought like, oh, this is actually a very very more, it's always like an art in a sense, like very artistic approach, because she's really squeezing. I don't know I have never worked with these templates, so I cannot imagine those things that I saw in the website that are so weird. I cannot imagine how to see them in the template, because I will try to picture them in code, or through the signified. Yeah.
Actually, like I looked into it a little bit because I was curious how it's made, and I think she just uses like Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever, just make so many images, and they're like, like for example, like there's text that like kind of bleeding from the text that repeats a lot, and it looks a bit like not glitchy, but I was curious how it's made, and it's just like a single image, and it totally makes sense.
It's one image.
Yeah.
So it's just one video.
A video, or like not the whole thing is one image, but there like what looks complicated is actually like just like one image pasted there. But it looks
doing it,
the complexity to the page, which is really smart.
Yeah. But I think it's very, very interesting. Like I was talking with her, and I was surprised when she said like that, because she was telling me she was trying to say like maybe you're interested maybe into work something with this, and then she was telling me what she was doing, and I was very surprised. I thought like, so they haven't worked with a coder yet, with a developer, and in a way that she's searching for that. And then I'm thinking, in one hand, actually maybe you don't want to go there.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know.
I think
because really... because so far it works. Like the thing that it was in my head that is like I'm trying to share is that she's proposing an exercise. Basically, it's like a meeting place where, in her words, is like the homepage is like an entry to communicate with her, something like that. She says. So the idea that she invites some people, she share the passwords and stuff, and then the landing page is always a new message, basically for her in the within a code or cipher, because then people will always constantly alter this homepage or something. Um, but then she was saying that, but then of course I was trying to think, like, I don't understand how you still can have a functional website, because I was thinking from the code, you know, if just somebody forgets to put a comma or something, this is just not working. And then she told me, like, no, so this is actually it's a template. And of course, then you can actually just fucked it up around. And yeah, that was I was not expecting to hear that. That was very cool to hear.
Yeah, I think I really think it's smart and still makes a lot of complexity. On the other hand, like I found it so funny. Like we have this mailing list of the school or people outside the school or whatever. They just write, I'm looking for a room or I'm looking for a roommate, and I have furniture to sell. And sometimes there's like a gig, I'm looking for a camera person, whatever. And one of them I found a few days ago was.
No. This is just there was something. There was my
because because the video or the streaming got a bit glitchy, so I wasn't sure if you were talking or it's from something else. Anyways, what I wanted to say is someone wrote to the mailing list that she's looking for a programmer. So I'm not interested, but I just took a look because I was curious what kind of programmer she wants. And she's basically saying that I need to redo my website. And I was like,
to redo what?
Her website.
Her website.
And she's looking for a programmer.
What kind of website is it?
Like a portfolio.
It's just like
it's just a static portfolio. Yeah, static portfolio, okay. And she's looking for a programmer. And I found it so funny. I mean, it makes sense, but like, how people relate these words, occupations, roles, functions.
It's very, but I think it's very interesting because I was having this conversation with her, and then she was saying that she has a lot of problems when she works a lot with technology. She's kind of one of these people. I think she has a good network. So then they call her from Peeping Tom to do the technical part, like so from dance companies or theater companies for do complex projects. And she hasn't studied anything. So and she knows how to work. If I understood well, is that she works a lot, I guess, with After Effects, and she has somewhat training as a musician when she was a child, but that's it. And she dropped the school when she was in the musical school at some point, and then but that's her only training. What I think is very that kind of admire from her from what she told me is that she is very flexible, because so they invite her to in a company, theater or dance, and then in between, let's say a pause or something where the dancers or the actors are doing something, she's putting things together really fast and then creating the video on almost like rendering the video in, I don't know how long it takes her, like something that it might take me the whole night. She's very flexible and just putting things without thinking too much, and boom, in 10 minutes or something, she has something that she can use live in the moment. And that, I think, that's a really incredible exercise, like flexibility, because she told me about her bit of her path, because she has learned through tutorials, basically. So she has no access to formal education. Therefore, she just learned what she thinks is worth it. And it's incredible flexible in in the way how she approaches these tools. And yeah, so but then I was mentioned that because then she was sharing her frustration with developers and VR artists and these more people that really knows about some things that she cannot do. Um, because of in her words, because of the lack of imagination of a developer or somebody who works in VR, in the sense of like, you tell me what to do. Like, it's just the problem that you have with technicians, you know, like if you tell me, and I also understand because I work as well doing technical work. If you choose to do that work, not always, but many times is because you don't want to do maybe the creation part. You just want to be commanded for somebody in a task where I can apply my creativity, and that's fine. But don't come to me with the politics about what I want to do, because that's maybe not, that's why I'm doing the technician work and not the artistic work. Yeah. And that's basically was kind of like sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's something I learned over time, like, especially like, well, in her case, she's not a developer, so that's good in a way, because as a developer, you have to learn like how to not to sabotage, but how to make things easier so that you don't have to develop, basically. Because in a production, you don't have time to develop something, and you have to you have to be lazy, and that's something I learned, and that always gives better results than trying to do it straightforward.
Yeah, completely. I understand that. Yeah. As an artist, you will try to do everything yourself in a way. Like you will try to like, you just make something so complicated all the time. That's the exercise of the artist. But it's true that when working with technical stuff, then just like, for instance, doing this work with Marco, I knew normally art direction, but then I said, okay, this is the money. I told him, I'm just doing light design and video mapping. And that's it, you know? And then while I was mounting and then working with the clothes, and then I hear the sound, you know, like other things from the aesthetics, I intuitively, I was trying to go there, but then I slow myself down like, hey, you know what? I need to do this. I can just do this, work with my people. This is fine. And so just like be more like the lazy, you know, like just like, I just do what I'm paid for. And still doing it the best that I can, but I'm not gonna just do the other thing. That's not a good thing. I have to do it. Yeah. And I think it works. It works better for the production in that case.
Yeah, I mean, in my case, like, you know, yeah, like what I want to say is like, you don't have to use, you know, crazy tools, expensive software to do things, you know, especially I think the problem with artists and like dancers, choreographers, whatever, they want to work with technology. They come up with idea that they, like, for example, they want to use VR, but then maybe it's something that you don't need VR to do it, or like, you know, you think about sensors to like this. I think I already told you before, but one of the case was that a dancer friend, he wanted to make a piece that reacts to the body movement of the dancers, and he was thinking about using sensors, but I said, you know, like, you don't have to do it. You just have to use a webcam to track the body, and then I just like made it in like, you know, few hours, and then it was actually used in the actual installation. So yeah, like you have to be, I don't like the word creative, but creative to be lazy and how to cut cost and
I mean, but at the same time, you know, like I understand this that you're saying, and I subscribe to this idea, but at the same time, then we go back to the domain of ecologies, because then if you really think about it, what you're suggesting is that basically, how to say this, is basically you have these two, this is because there is an asymmetrical relation in the relation. So then it's like basically there are two subjects. Then you have the technical part who knows actually about the technical, so about the technical part which knows about tools. Yeah. And then so yes, technology who knows about tools. And then you have on the other side the artist who don't know about those tools, but has an idea that not has shape very often, and then it's it's again the same idea to the of the grant and the application, that you basically need to shape something that is abstract in your head as an artist in order to perform, in this case not for culture but for the technician, to make something working.
Yeah.
And of course in this, because the tool is something to give you something back directly, then you need actually to be as concrete as possible or try to find a better wording. And for the technical part, to offer you maybe, as you said, the right tool, because it's the technical, it's the technology who will decide for you what might be better. Because it's also, if the technician in that side is doing a good job and not just being closed, then it will be honest in, saying like, I think in my, just let's try this one, but also knowing that it should be involved in the process with the artist and trying to, as much as possible, make it easy for the artist to trying to translate a bit of this, like what is actually the artist needs to know, like in terms of the black box idea. The artist might don't need to know how the website works, but maybe it might needs to know work how the iPhone works for whatever reason, because of the playhead, whatever, so those things, the technician has the responsibility in a way to share or to dissect what is the information that I need to share in order to make this relation fruitful for everyone.
Yeah, I just remember that in like one of the early chat that we talked about kind of the service, like the technician as a, service rather than contributing to the artistic process. I don't know how we framed it, but that's something. But I think what you said totally makes sense. Like, I mean, that's what I wanted to say in that conversation, because I mean, otherwise, it's just not happy for everyone that technician try to do something useless and nothing is delivered, and artist is not happy, technician is not happy. So I think it will be like, makes sense to have like a consultant or technical manager or something that can communicate between artists and technicians and try to find what the right tools and stuff. That's something that is not, people don't think that's something, but I think that kind
necessary.
of role, so that kind of role would be so useful. And
I think that you're saying makes sense. That you're saying makes a lot of sense. Like, thinking in the current panorama, and I mean, from our problem, this thing that we prefer often, and then I think it makes so much sense. Like, this position that doesn't exist should exist in these frameworks. Say, it's not necessary if what you need to do is just like in the theater, that's just a classical use of the technician, that you don't need to have a consultant in technology, right? There is no point. But if your attempt as an artist is trying to use technology and then dive in through the tools, then this position of having somebody somewhat knowledgeable in technology will help you navigate that. And that's at the position that doesn't exist.
Right. And it's so necessary. That's actually, I think I told you about this project, but I was telling to my collaborators, because they wanted to make a platform for because they work with a huge group of people. So the idea was to make a platform, like web platform, like a concrete web platform that people can log in and practice for the performance. But I was telling them, you don't have to make a platform from scratch. So you shouldn't look for like a JavaScript full stack developer, because you don't know what to tell them, what to make. Basically, you cannot just hire a developer and say, we have this idea, so can you make this platform? It doesn't work that way. But at the same time, I was involved in the project for other role, like very concrete development. So I said, I don't want to be the technical manager. So you have to first look for a technical manager who can guide you to find what's the right technology and what's the right people to work with.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they got the idea, but that's just,
yeah. And you told me about this process before. You told me about this before, right?
Yeah.
You told me about this. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, we're still are, maybe, I don't know how long it will take, but we are still in the place where the technology is the tool. Therefore, I mean, it's like it serves the purpose of the artist. So it just is, it's a political relation with asymmetry, because the artists know, then even if you don't know, but it's just coming from the blasting idea of the artist is the truth in the political spectrum of, I mean, performing culturally, culturally, let's say culture says the theater is the space architectonically where art happens, and then inside of the theater, then the choreographer or the director is the one who knows, is the one who is entitled through the apparatus to apply resources and knowledge. The rest of them are in a different, they are in a asymmetrical position in relation to the artist. So then very often then the artist, because as well is busy doing other stuff, then it will have great ideas, crappy ideas, just ideas, and then it will just put them out just as vomit often, like just a brainstorm, and then maybe not to the right person, then sometimes with the technician, and the technician doesn't want to deal with that, like I said, but it wants maybe something else. But then it's because the artist doesn't know, or doesn't have the knowledge of that. Actually, I need to take time with you, because actually that's the problem. Like, for instance, in my work with Marco, sometimes he at some point he understood, and as much as possible, he tried to give me a space, but it was not enough, but still, he tried to make a space to listen to what the video mapping was it, because he just had the idea of video mapping and the 360 mapping, and then just like these ideas. And so at some point, and he tried to slow down and just really listen to what actually is, and why not, or why yes, or these kind of things. So what I'm trying to say is that still we are in a place where if we speak about performance art or theater or dance, then the technologies comes from the technical side, so into the service of the artist, and there is not space to see that as more than merely a tool that is like not really important for the process, although it is really important, because without the light you don't see the fucking thing. It's just a granted thing. Yeah. But you really, if there is no sound and you need a sound, then you're fucked. Just something that is like granted.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a few problems, like especially in theater, like traditionally it was a service, and now it's not, because I mean but people think that it is a service, when they need a video projection mapping, 360 mapping with 360 sound, they think that it's just like, you order it and there it is.
And you plug it and then you put play in the computer, and that's how it works.
Yeah. And then the body will be tracked, and hologram will appear. So.
And the same in this theater, then in the next theater, and so on.
Exactly.
With light, no light. We want to use like projection mapping in the summer, like these kind of things.
Yeah. Can you project black color? Anyways, and the other thing is the technical people are like, they don't speak up so often. So that's I think that's, I do, I often complain and, fight a lot, and that is not always fun, but at least I have, you know, this ego or whatever. But it's not often the case. So, I mean, that's also the asymmetry that you said, you know, it's not, people don't regard the technical people as important as they are. So it's hard for them to speak up, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we do what we do, so I think it's good.
Yeah.
At least.
But I mean, but I think it's at least it's just good. Like, I mean, no, sorry. Like, I think that I completely agree. There is, if somebody wants to work with technology, you know, like if somebody want to go in that domain, then these positions should exist actually. Something that is a consultant or something around that spectrum. And actually, it doesn't have to be somebody who really knows about, it doesn't have to be a developer, for instance.
No,
I know a friend of mine, like Ken, who has a company about technologies and stuff like that. He knows so much about things that I don't know, because that's what he loves to do. He's really in the state of the art on technologies, and he's checking. He's not a developer, meaning that he don't know how to deploy them, but he's in technology. So yeah, so that will be your man, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a developer, and it's not that developer is not sufficient to do that job.
No,
that's really important.
Yeah, true.
And that's why, you know,
I think that's something that is very specific, that is very twisted in my conversation with, I think, Annalena, that I guess that was something that I cannot articulate, but it was that the image that she has of developer is that person who knows about technology, which is not necessarily the case. The developer is somebody who knows about a tool, and specifically certain tools. But I completely agree with what you said. Yeah, because that creates misunderstandings.
Yeah, and that's why people ask for for programmer when they want to do portfolio. Anyways, but that's funny. Like, it's funny.
I need to do a full stack web. I'm searching for a full stack web developer for my portfolio.
Yeah, with the .NET and what else?
Yeah, I have 4 pictures. I think I should be using WebGL,
WebAssembly,
OpenGSL,
and
all these things together. Can you do it?
Also, I think she didn't say anything about the budget, so probably like she pays from her pocket, like, you know, $20 or $30 for a portfolio.
200 euros, like something like that.
Like 50 or something at most.
Oh my god, this is really bad. Like, I feel so ashamed. Like, really, like, because I'm coming from like being an artist and ask favors to people who work in technology. One of the reasons why I decided to study that was because I wanted to be independent, but I was asking often favors to friends who very kind, they end up doing these things, but it's just as you said, like, I will just consider, maybe I just pay 50 euros for the web stack development.
Yeah.
This is just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we should stop here.
But it was funny.
We have best practices. By the way, while we were talking, I changed the title, and now it looks. I started liking this. I don't know if you like it. I started liking more like the hashtag best practice in contemporary dance. That's something that I started using.
With no space.
With no space, just hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag best practice in contemporary dance. Because also demands a bit of attention, you know, like you have to, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What is that? Yeah. Okay. Good.
So yeah, fingers crossed for the application and or applications, because we're still waiting for.
We shouldn't touch. We do. I'm reading and doing these different things, like as also I'm writing about the practice. So I'm sure just we jump in for soon. This conversation that we have, I think, could be nice, like to upload it. It was nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think we should upload it.
Yeah, I don't want to edit. So because
we say something bad. I don't think.
I don't know.
But you have been, for how long you have been recording this?
It's quite long, but I'll see. Let's see. But it's nice to upload somehow. So I will think
because
about it.
I think this we
actually I was thinking about it.
We touched some.
Yeah.
It was a nice conversation.
Yeah. So please like the video and subscribe.
Because this is what. Because we don't know what we're doing. That's why we are succeeding in this. Because we have no fucking clue what we are doing. This is so good. Yeah, please subscribe now because this is gonna be online now.
And subscribe to Jorge's channel as well.
Jorge didn't have the same shape. Yes, because I have just 3 subscribers and 2 of them are actually myself.
And one is me.
And I think the other one is my brother.
But I'm subscribed. I did subscribe.
Ah, really? So,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Now subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Okay, please subscribe to my channel.
Okay.
Visit the best practice website that we already launched. We are best practices in web design being applied there daily and revisit day by day. We are the state of the art in web design.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Okay. See you soon.
Yes.
Have a nice day.